Welcome to a deep dive. This one's really going to maybe shift how you think about selling those high-value assets. Today, it's all about luxury real estate. And we're going far beyond just, the superficial stuff, the nice photos. We want to uncover the actual strategies, the ones that get properties sold, top dollar.
That's exactly right. It's easy to think, especially in luxury, that a beautiful home just sells itself,
Yep.
right? But what we're seeing, what the sources show is, well, it's much more complex than that. Very intentional, very tactical. We've looked at a style guide on brand tone, an outline about staging luxury listings, and this really detailed piece on, the process for marketing them.
Okay, so our mission today really is to give you a shortcut, a kind of roadmap to how these luxury assets get handled. It's not just listing them, it's how they're positioned, presented, and ultimately closed for maximum value. You're basically getting a behind-the-scenes look at what it really takes to go from for sale to sold at the top end. Okay, let's dive in then. We all see those incredible photos online, right? Drone shots, perfectly staged rooms, and you might be sitting there with a gorgeous property thinking, mine looked amazing, why isn't it moving? If those great photos are just the starting point, what's the actual engine? What needs to be driving this?
Yet, that's the core question. The truth is, a beautiful home that isn't selling, well, it's like having a Ferrari with no engine. Looks fantastic, sure, but it's going nowhere fast. And look, while terrible photos will absolutely sink a listing, one source puts it pretty bluntly, if your listing photos look like they were taken with a potato, you're dead in the water. Even really good photos, professional ones, they're just the price of admission. They're not the strategy itself. It's amazing how many people think it looks like a supercar, it'll drive itself off the lot. Doesn't work that way.
So it's less about the image quality, although that's baseline,
Right.
and more about the whole intention behind the image and everything that follows.
Exactly. What's really interesting and kind of surprising is how many agents approach it as just a listing drop. Snap some pictures, upload it to the MLS, maybe put up a sign, and then kind of cross their fingers. Let's see what happens. In the luxury world, that phrase, let's see, it's just lazy. It completely lacks the intention you need for these high-stakes deals. Like our sources say, you don't just need a sign, you need strategy. Because that strategy determines who even sees it and why they should care.
That makes total sense. Okay, so if let's see what happens, it's definitely out. What's the actual starting point? How do you begin building this tactical blueprint? It sounds like much more than just listing a house, more like launching a product.
Absolutely, you've hit it. It's a launch. And it starts way before you even think about a camera. Step one, fundamentally, is strategic buyer profiling. Before anything else, you have to nail down the ideal buyer. And I mean specific. We're asking questions like, are we targeting executives relocating from New York? Do they need certain schools, commute times? Or maybe international buyers, say from Canada or Dubai, what do they value? Privacy, investment. Is it someone driven by prestige, looking for unique design, exclusivity? Or maybe an investor purely focused on rental yield? Getting that profile crystal clear dictates everything else. Every marketing dollar, every feature highlighted, it's all laser focused on that buyer.
Okay, so it's really about understanding the who and the why, their motivations, what they aspire to, not just what the house itself, that idea of selling a lifestyle, a brand, even a feeling, it starts right there.
Precisely.
How does knowing that specific buyer then translate into setting the price? Because luxury pricing seems like its own beast too.
Oh, it absolutely is. And that leads straight into step two, the premium pricing strategy. Luxury properties, they just don't follow standard comp logic entirely. It involves a really deep dive into the active luxury competition, not just sold history. Identifying those unique lifestyle upgrades, the custom wine cellar, the integrated smart home system, that killer view, things you can't easily quantify. And crucially, understanding potential appraisal gaps where a bank might value it lower and how to bridge that with emotional value drivers. What makes this home worth that much to that buyer? Plus, you have to get the psychology right for that specific price tier. The goal isn't just picking a high number. It's building a compelling narrative around the price, demonstrating the value, creating urgency, making it feel scarce. Strategic pricing creates offers. It's proactive, not reactive.
Okay, buyer profile locked in, pricing strategy built around that buyer. Now, presentation. If pretty pictures aren't the full story, how do you present the property to truly connect with that specific buyer you've identified? How do you make it cinematic, as you said?
Right, cinematic presentation. Step three. This is where the visuals become, let's say, strategic weapons. Because you're not just selling square feet, you're selling a dream, a narrative. Your home needs to feel like a feature film, not just a photo album. So this means high-end video walkthroughs, often with carefully chosen music, maybe a subtle voiceover pointing out key lifestyle elements. Impressive drone footage is huge, especially if you have unique features: waterfront, big acreage, a really distinct architectural roofline. It gives context and scale. Virtual twilight shots, those moody evening photos, they create drama, aspiration. But the absolute key here is lifestyle storytelling. It's showing the home in use. People enjoying the pool, cooking in the kitchen, reading by the fireplace, not just empty rooms. Every shot, every clip is purpose-built to trigger an emotional response in that ideal buyer, making them picture their life there.
That in-use versus in-view distinction, that really resonates. It's like that saying, nobody's buying the pool, they're buying the feeling the pool gives them.
Exactly.
How do you practically ensure that cinematic feel translates? Is it specific shots, angles?
It's meticulous planning. So in a video, instead of just a slow pan of a room, maybe it's a shot tracking someone walking out to a stunning view with their morning coffee, or showing friends laughing around the outdoor kitchen area. Feels alive. Drone shots aren't just for pretty landscapes. They show proximity to the beach or the privacy afforded by the surrounding trees. Context. Twilight shots aren't just dark photos. They use lighting strategically to highlight architectural features, landscaping, creating that exclusive, sophisticated vibe perfect for entertaining. Every frame is curated to build that vision, make it feel attainable yet aspirational for the target buyer.
Okay, this definitely sounds like a full-blown campaign, not just a listing process. How does all this intention, the buyer profile, the pricing, the cinematic presentation, actually come together to reach those specific buyers and get them interested?
It absolutely is a campaign, and the sources really emphasize this. If you want to attract a high-end buyer, you need more than a nice house. You need intention. When a luxury property is ready, we treat it like a launch event. This might involve teaser content, maybe a stunning detail shot or a short video clip released a week before it officially hits the market. Build some buzz. Then, targeted email campaigns go out to curated lists, private buyers, specific investor groups known to like this type of property. We use paid geo-targeting ads, really focus hitting affluent zip codes, maybe even internationally depending on the buyer profile. And often there are broker network whispers, letting select, trusted high-end agents know it's coming even before the public launch. Staging, of course, is critical here. It's part of this coordinated assault, making sure the interior lives up to the lifestyle being marketed. Which brings us right to step 4. Multi-channel luxury marketing. We don't just put it on the MLS and hope. We launch targeted campaigns on specific luxury platforms. Think The Real Deal, Mansion Global, James Edition, places where these buyers actually look. We use Instagram, YouTube Reels,
short strategic video hooks, maybe showcasing that amazing chef's kitchen in action, or that incredible view at sunset, something scroll-stopping. And, crucially, direct outreach. Leveraging a private Rolodex of luxury buyers and a network of cooperating brokers, it's about creating presence everywhere that matters for that buyer, not just basic visibility.
And for some properties, some buyers, maybe the ultimate luxury is privacy, that sense of exclusivity.
You nailed it.
How does that fit in, making it seem even more desirable because it's not blasted everywhere?
Exactly right. That's step 5. Private access strategy, but only when it's the right call. For certain listings, maybe ultra high-end or celebrity-owned, the best play is quiet confidence. This could mean previews only after signing an NDA, private showings strictly by invitation, or maybe exposing it off-market first only to very specific investment groups, known relocation specialists, or top buyer agents. It boosts that exclusivity factor, creates a sense of privilege, and strategically, it prevents a unique property from getting stale if it sits on the open market too long. It goes back to that core idea. You can't attract a $5 buyer with $500 marketing.
Yeah.
This whole comprehensive layered approach, that's the investment required.
Wow, okay. It's incredibly detailed. So for the seller, what does this feel like? It sounds very managed, like every step is part of a bigger plan, a full concierge execution, taking the stress off them.
That's exactly the goal. A strategic closer isn't just listing a property. They're orchestrating the entire process, leveraging every element, the staging, the timing of the launch, the strategic positioning to build momentum before it even hits the market, and then carrying that energy through to the close. It really is full concierge execution. Sellers should know exactly what's happening, why it's happening, and feel confident that a team is handling everything. From coordinating minor repairs or staging tweaks to managing the photography and videography, handling legal prep, everything. The mindset has to be, like one source said, I don't babysit listings. I make deals happen. It's about proactive management.
That confidence comes through. It's not guesswork.
Yeah.
It's, like you said before, this blend of math, psychology, and careful negotiation timing. How do you, as the closer, make sure all those pieces actually click together perfectly at the negotiation table to get the best result?
Yeah, that's where the art really meets the science. It all culminates in step 6, smart negotiation and closing.
Hmm.
First, meticulous pre-qualification. Before anyone gets a serious showing, we ensure they're genuinely capable of purchasing. No wasted time. Then, when offers come in, it's not just about the highest number. It's structuring the terms' timelines, contingencies to be most favorable for the seller. We try to minimize friction by having everything ready, upfront disclosures, potential inspection reports, legal documents prepared, anticipate the roadblocks. And finally, closing with that same concierge service, managing the process smoothly from offer acceptance right through to handing over the keys. It's about delivering results with, as one source put it, Marine Corps discipline, but with luxury-level care. Every detail covered to maximize value and minimize hassle for the seller.
Hearing this whole meticulous process laid out, I'm really curious about a real-world example. Do you have a story that kind of brings this blueprint to life, shows the difference it makes?
I do, actually. A really clear one. I took over a listing once from a very nice agent, genuinely a sweet guy. But the property, beautiful place, had been stuck on the market for 147 days.
Wow.
Yeah. 147 days was a classic case of, great house, decent photos, but just sitting there, relying on looks, not strategy. The Ferrari with no engine, basically.
Okay, 147 days. That's a long time in any market, but especially for luxury, that sends signals, doesn't it? Something's not right.
Exactly. Buyers start wondering what's wrong with it.
So what did you do applying this blueprint you've just walked us through?
We initiated what we called a complete reset, a total strategic overhaul. We repositioned it, changed the story, targeted a slightly different, more precise buyer profile we identified. We restaged it significantly to align with that buyer's likely lifestyle and aspirations. We reshot everything, new photos, new cinematic video, drone footage with that new narrative in mind. We remarketed it using that multi-channel targeted luxury campaign approach, and then we relaunched it, treated it like a brand new, exciting opportunity. It wasn't just a cosmetic touch-up. It was a fundamental shift in strategy, presentation, and positioning. Every piece reevaluated through that tactical lens.
Okay, the moment of truth. After 147 days stagnant, what happened with the relaunch?
The difference was pretty stark. After the reset and relaunch, it sold in 12 days.
12 days.
From 140.
12 days. And not just sold, it sold for $81,000 over the asking price. All fash.
Wow. That's incredible. What did the seller say? Their reaction really summed it up. They said something like, I didn't even realize this home could look this good, let alone sell this fast. And that's the power we're talking about. Moving beyond just hoping the pretty pictures do the work to actually implementing a tactical blueprint designed to make the deal happen.
This deep dive, it really hammers home the point. A luxury home, any high-value asset really, it deserves so much more than just being listed with nice photos. It demands that tactical blueprint, one that weaves together everything, buyer profiling, premium pricing, that cinematic presentation, the multi-channel marketing, expert negotiation, all laser-focused on one thing, closing the deal for the absolute best possible outcome. Top dollar, maximum value.
Exactly. And maybe the final thought to leave everyone with is this. Just because maybe your last agent or someone you know said, we're doing everything we can, well, that doesn't always mean they were doing everything strategically. The real proof isn't just in the effort. It's in the intention, the precision of the strategy, the quality of the execution, and ultimately in the results you actually get.
So as you think about this, maybe consider the intention behind your own strategies, not just in real estate, but maybe in other areas too. What kind of blueprint are you using? How meticulously are you positioning things to achieve your biggest goals? Something to think about. Until next time.